Welcome to a brand new program. It's the Bridge Studios, and we're presenting to you the Bridge Football Show. The ManU will find them under pressure. We can start right this up.
Definitely.
New coach.
Same captain.
What go on? Why am giving the captaincy?
I don't know. Now this becomes a question. You wonder if it's the board. You wonder who's selecting the captain, because it's not as if the captain has been performing in a way that you feel like he's untouchable. So it brings the question as to why a new manager would have the opportunity now to come in and change, but yet he's still going back with the same Harry Maguire when Harry Maguire.
So I'm gonna get game time though, because for have the captaincy.
Well, he has to start.
You
you
gotta
can't have
get
your
game
captain
time.
and he's being benched. I mean, it's
More of this, like, I'm not complaining. More of
you're
the
an Arsenal fan. I mean,
More of the same.
which fan would be complaining unless you're a Manchester United fan? I mean,
So you don't want him in that. Who would you replace him with? You don't sign nobody really, just a left back, right?
the team plays better without him. What can I say? Who is there? I mean, we still have players that can come in. So I mean, like, for me, bench him. I think even he will perform better when he's not playing every game. Harry Maguire came out and he was like, if I wasn't playing good, I wouldn't be starting every game.
Wow.
He said that. So if you're going to be starting him every game, you can't then say that he's not good.
And
And
then-
he's not been playing good. Definitely not consistently.
Would you guys call Ronaldo a Manchester United legend?
Yeah, I mean, that's obvious. I mean, he is a legend.
So why the legend want to leave the club?
Rooney left. I mean,
No, but him
He
want
doesn't-
him want cut like yo. Him actually say, "Una not have enough ambition for me. Me not say una gone away. I'm more out."
that's down to the transfer window again. What he sees happening in the transfer window, because we signed who? Malachi? What's the name of the player? But at the end of
left
the
back.
day, I mean, like, we're trying to sign Frankie de Jong. Imagine United trying to sign a player for like about what, 5 months now?
That I don't know.
I mean, like, it's crazy, because if you are Ronaldo, you know that you're really at the tail and you should have actually hung up those boots already. You're really looking to say you want to be in the best of the best competitions. You want to be rubbing shoulders with the best players, at least the best upcoming players, so that you can impart, or you can, it can bring some more little.
So you're the manager.
Vibe too.
You're the manager. You let him go, or you tell him say yo.
Once a player wants to leave, he's gone for me. I mean, we kept Pogba. What we kept him to do? Be on sick leave every day. I mean, like, it doesn't mean, and I can tell that more than likely he's going to be kicking up a storm.
What's
In
going?
Italy.
What's going on? What's going on? What's going on with the team? Why everybody want to leave? Like, what you think caused the demise of Manchester United?
I think when you go out and you get an interim manager that lacks ambition as it relates to getting good results and talks down about every player, I think there's only one way you're going, and it's downhill, because the same interim manager was supposed to go upstairs for 2 years as in an advisory role, and his advice was that the team needs 10 new players. Now, if you're going to say the team needs 10 new players, you're telling every player that's
So they're not
there
good.
that they can't make the starting 11.
Yeah.
So just imagine that, and you're not only telling those players, you're telling all the clubs worldwide now that, listen,
Them
don't
not
buy these.
Them not good.
They are no value. So, I mean, if you look at what's happening, United is struggling really. I mean, for quite some time, even though Pogba would have said that, he know where he's going, at the same time, you're like wondering, is Juve really going to take him? Is he going to City? What is going on? It's like persons are really hesitant to really, scoop up United players. And I think it has to do with the positive, or what was being said by Ragnick. And I think even Ragnick leaving now, and then Ten Hag, it just seems so
You
disjointed.
can't really blame it on Ragnick though, because it was going downhill before that.
There were issues before, but this is the worst
These are the worst
points
it's been.
return from any manager that has been at Manchester United. And you have to understand this. If you have a business and you talking bad about the business, put it this way: you have a business,
Yeah.
and you hire somebody to manage that business. You
Yeah.
hire a CEO,
Yeah.
and every time that CEO comes, they tell you that this business is trash, and you keep him on for 6 months.
Yeah.
come on.
But
it's going to have an effect. and
You
it's not
guys
gonna be
made you
positive.
guys made the hire, and then it must hurt right now as a Manchester United fan, to see your neighbor winning the league, to see your vicious rivals
Well,
winning
it's-
Champions League. It
it's-
must have an extra hurt. Say, Una go down here.
We prefer City winning the league
Mhm.
as opposed to Liverpool. So it hurts, but not as much
But
as it
they
would
have
hurt.
won the league,
If
and they win
Liverpool-
Champions League.
But they didn't win it season.
Yeah,
ending.
but they're performing at a high level. You know what I mean?
Well, performing at a high level is relative because I see they have a fanfare and a big celebration. And what did they win really? Because they're out to say that they were going to win 4 trophies, but at the end of the day, they were celebrating.
They won 2 trophies. They win.
What were those trophies? They
Well,
never win the Champions League, did they?
No,
They said that we were going to win the 4 major trophies. Wasn't that?
but they're in at the running feet.
Everybody's in the running.
They're
I
in
mean,
the running
Arsenal is
feet
in the running.
when it come down
Everybody's
to
in the
no,
running
school.
at the
Nah,
start
make
of
a
the
get
season.
to with that school.
Get to with
it
what?
hurt.
You're saying that top performing, but what is top performance?
Top performing meaning
Top
it's
performance.
either them. If you know,
If
say
you're at every final and you win none,
yeah, you're not gonna win everything
It's
every
not
year,
gonna
but
be.
within recent times they've
mean,
won
listen.
a championship
Listen.
and they've won a
in
Champions
recent times,
League.
yes, but like what I've said, I mean,
So it not hurt if see Liverpool have performed so well.
I don't think that they're performing so well. That's what I'm getting at. Because if you look at it, the departure of money, what do you make of that?
I think that it's gonna be huge.
I think there's something that is going on there. I'm not saying that
But-
they're not performing.
But
They're
what a
performing
good club,
much
what
better
a,
than
you know,
Manchester
did you
United.
know that they replaced Money before Money even left with Luis Diaz?
They can't replace Mane with Luis Diaz.
The-
Luis Diaz is just coming up, bro. Yes, he's
He's
a
a good
player,
player.
and you
He's
can
a
see
good
the
player.
talent, but
Yeah.
he's not Mane. Do you
And-
know who Mane is?
And also
Mane scored the
Yeah.
fastest hat trick in the Premier
them,
League.
they still have Salah.
Mane
no?
is, but Salah
They
has,
still have the goal
Salah
line.
has shown you that his goals can dry up because the mental. Alright, look at it. Mane is an unselfish player, right?
Yeah.
Salah is so they are two opposite. Both are excellent, talented footballers, but you got the total opposite. Mane can be an out and out goal scorer,
Yeah.
but you can see that he sacrifices for the team more so than Salah. And there was this rift, if you notice, between both of them for some time. Even for me, from Firmino was really that man playing down the middle as a number 9, where you find that majority of the time Firmino would be trying to find Salah. Mane would pretty much have to fight for every opportunity that he got.
With even with all that being said, yes, Mane leave. Do you think they'll finish anything other lower than second?
I can't. Alright, so for me, as a Manchester United fan, I'm really concerned with what's going on at Manchester United.
But as a football fan,
So I can't
because
really.
you're a football fan, right? You don't
Yes,
just
I'm
watch
a-
Manchester United.
No, I watch other
Alright.
clubs. I mean,
But
definitely.
being realistic, we understand your fandom. We not take that from you. You're a die-hard Manchester United fan. But Liverpool is not finished. Even with the loss of money, I don't think they are finished nowhere below second.
Well, I think it's going to.
Agree or disagree?
I think with the loss of money, I don't think they're going to finish second. I think they're going to be in the top 4, but I don't think they're necessarily going to.
So
finish.
who you think will go above them?
Alright, so I see Chelsea doing some significant business, and I think the main issue with Tuchel was that he couldn't get Lukaku firing, or probably Lukaku just couldn't get firing.
Who's
In a
going to
Chelsea
score the
shirt.
goals for them?
Sterling, Raheem Sterling. And right now, if you're looking at it, it's a possibility that even Ronaldo might go to Chelsea. So you have to look at it really and truly. The defense, the midfield is already there. What they really need is an out and out goal scorer. And when I said they need an out and out goal scorer,
Is Raheem an out and out goal
they
scorer
got
though?
he.
Or is he a system baller?
If you look at his returns for City, and if you look at what Pep pretty much groomed him into, he had played as that false 9 and he was getting goals consistently. It is just an emergence of Foden to an extent that he hasn't been used, but
So-
he is really being used in that centre forward position more often than not. So to me, with the need of a goal scorer at Chelsea, and obviously the now signing of Raheem Sterling, I think that's where they're going to be using him.
Yeah.
It's somewhat more like a Jesus for Arsenal. Albeit that
Jesus.
is already scoring goals, and he's already a known forward. But yeah, I think that's how.
What you make of that pick up there for the Gunners? Where you make of it?
Massive. massive pickup. I mean, yes, the stat is very similar to Lacazette. But the thing with Jesus is that he was never the main starter or constantly starting in every game, and then you see where he decided that he wanted to leave and he got some running and he was like scoring even 4 goals in a game. So he's up, ready to go. He already has shown that he means business for Arsenal, and then with the manager that is at Arsenal too.
Well, work with him already. In terms of Arsenal, you see something different about them. You feel like them bid for Rafinha, they didn't get to look like Barcelona gonna get him. But the fact that they're even like making those moves, them sign a baller called Patrick Vieira, where they don't really needed that. We could have said we have that position covered with Odegaard, we have Saka, we have Smith Rowe. We didn't really need that. But I say we need more of a deep line playmaker. So you see, you sense like a different vibe.
Yeah,
with
there's
Arsenal,
definitely a different vibe. I think with Arteta, he has got the owners, the board really backing him, and I think it's for good reason because it has not always been smooth sailing, but you can see the improvements that Arteta has brought. But in order for him to continue, you have to support him. And then when you lose a big player like Aubameyang, and when you can see that, Arteta was really saying that in order for the team to progress, we need to let him go. And then when you see younger players like Saka coming up,
Martinelli's,
the Odegaard, I mean, like, there is sufficient evidence to see that the team can progress. But I think with every team, you have to have those incoming to boost the morale of those who are already there and just keep everybody on their tippy toes in order to progress. And I think definitely the board is making a statement in their support. So yes, I think it's a different attitude, a different behavior from us.
And hopefully they have more signings to come. Come on, you Gunners. Looking across town now, our bitter rivals, the Spurs. Even though I'm an Arsenal fan, credit is due where credit is due. They've been doing some good business.
I think so. I see where I'm not sure how true it is, but just pre-season and Conte have them throwing up and running out of steam, and he's being really rigorous with them. I think excellent manager, but a lot of excellent manager, for example Mourinho, after a while they kind of they rub the players.
But they normally get a trophy within that period. They normally win them something within that period. But
there's
not with
something,
hopefully,
something
yes.
But I think that what we see towards the end of the season, really, because as we know, Conte never start, but he did come in at Tottenham and he did a job with them. I think it is possible, and I think that's what he's going after, and I think that he's trying to also make a statement with the purchase of Richarlison.
What do you think about that signing? Because they have
Hurricane. Jesus from Arsenal.
But now we have a Brazilian connection right now. If you're Brazilian, come play for the Arsenal. We have a Brazilian connection.
So why you guys don't wanted Richarlison?
No, we have Jesus. And because Arteta have the prior experience with him, because I wouldn't mind a Richarlison, because I think we actually need one more striker.
I think that's
a different profile.
A massive blow to Everton though.
No. I think
he was like,
to me, them are gonna fight for relegation this year again.
I don't know if they're gonna fight or they're just
gonna be. Yeah. I think they're just a give up for start fresh.
If you take out Dominic Calvert-Lewin and you take out Richarlison, and of course Calvert was injured for quite a bit of the season last season. It's difficult to see how much of a fight they can put up.
What do you think of Lampard as a coach?
That's a difficult question, but alright, so I think he has some brilliant ideas, but I think because Lampard is so much of an attacking minded player, it's also the type of manager that he is. But the thing with Lampard is that he should have enough experience in the Premier League to know that the defense is very much important, if not more important, because of course you need goals to win. But if you're conceding goals from all angles, then the goals that you're scoring is really no longer.
What's your thoughts on City real fast? You think they might go win it again? They had some key departures.
I think City is doing what they have to do. In fact, I actually think that City under Pep is moving more like how an Alex Ferguson would move, in that even when you have players playing good, you ship out some, even some of the better playing ones. We can look at Ruud van Nistelrooy, for example. You find that you question why would you want to sell Raheem Sterling?
Mm-hmm.
You know, and there are a number of other big names that seem to be heading through the door. But at the same time, you have to keep players on their toes. You have to keep players knowing that, hey, you know, there are going to be changes,
Mm-hmm.
and we've always seen that with the rotation at City from Pep, because irrespective of how good you play, you could very well not be in the team on the team sheet next year.
You think Haaland gonna hit the ground running?
I think he has to. I think it's quite possible.
Top
I think
scorer
he
in
has
the
a
league?
I think he has. I won't necessarily say top scorer, because I think Salah is going to
Again?
try to prove something.
Mm-hmm.
I think Kane have something to prove, but I think very much so Son don't want to be a one-hit wonder. As long as he get Son and Kane playing
Mm-hmm.
really good together, I think it's gonna. And I think what Conte is doing also at Tottenham is that he has pulled Kane, because Kane can play the number 10 obviously well easily.
I think that's his best position.
He has a range. He has a range of passing. So I think that in also a way of protecting, because you know Kane also normally picks up injuries.
Yeah.
So if you can pull him
Especially
and in a kind of way protect him from, you know, overexerting himself to an extent, you might have less injuries and you can get more out of him in that number 10 role.
The best signing so far for you? Any team?
I would still have to go with Holland right now. I would still have to go with Holland because, of course, you know, upcoming, hungry, and he has shown his word from the get-go at Dortmund. Obviously, United, you know, was in the running at a point with Ole, but then that all. But obviously, the player has shown that the money is nothing. The money is nothing.
Which that's what we rate about him.
I think with the type of mindset that he's shown, I can't see him not getting after an incredible start with a Manchester City midfield, you know, and obviously we know that they definitely want the Champions League, so it's going to be.
And if you can sign one player, only one player for Manchester United, who would it be?
Oh, that's a difficult one. One player.
If
for
ManU get one more signing for the rest of the summer.
United. Only one.
Only
I
one.
think, with the lack of strikers out there now, and I think that Ronaldo, as I said, from a place that he wants to leave, he should be replaced. So for me, you mean any player? Any player,
like within reason, where Uno probably link with or you like for sitting at your team. Within reason, we're not gonna say Mbappe or Messi or.
That's what.
Yeah. So within reason, within reason.
You want to leave, so he wants to leave. So might as well try and get him.
Okay.
I really think we need somebody young and upcoming, but right now you're looking at what's available out there.
So you're not address the midfield. Cause that's the biggest weakness to me, you know, the midfield. Especially the hole in here, that number 8 space there, number 6.
That's the biggest thing. And
so you're a believer in the McFred?
He's not a believer in the McFred. I think it's how they are used. So if we can get into this, because I think this is a segue into so many other things. But if you look at how Carrick had the team for 2 games, right? And he used the same set of players. And the players were running hard. Under Ragnick, the players were not running any at all. And I'm saying that you're using Fred. He still would have used Fred in his team. And the team looks so much different than what the team looks like now. Or would have looked like under Ragnick, for example. But I do believe that, you know, we can use players because we are going to the players that we would have had on loan, obviously. Ten Hag, you know, is going to bring back these players and try to Van der Beek, for example, you know, utilize them. So I think, for me, if he's only Walker, I only said one.
You'd have focus more on the striker.
I would focus more on the striker because Ronaldo has come out and said that he wants to leave, and obviously, Ronaldo at his age. And
before we wrap it up, because at the first episode we want to just touch upon certain team, we'll be coming to you with more episodes, more focus on more team, but promise you will be consistent with it. We want Skum want to get your top 6 as of right now with the signings and everything. So far, what do we sign already? What would that be a top 6? Like if the season start tomorrow, what would that be and finish? What would be a top 6?
Well, Manchester City, Chelsea, Tottenham, Arsenal. How much that? 4?
Yeah.
Oh, well, not in necessarily that order.
Well, give me it in the order. Give me it in the order.
Alright, so I'm thinking Manchester City again, obviously.
Winning the league.
I'm thinking Chelsea, right? May I think Liverpool, may I think Tottenham, may I think Arsenal.
Who gets the 6th spot?
The 6th spot is touchy as to who gets the 6th spot, obviously. But I still think Manchester
You
United.
giving any love to Newcastle?
I'm thinking
They made a
Manchester
signing this week again of a top defender, a good defender. They might make. You think them would have come and just start splash the cash, like but they might do it tactically.
Alright,
You know what I mean?
Eddie Howe was a good manager, yes, but I don't really see him really immediately moving into that top 6. Yes, they had a number of good performances, after a fairly rough
They
start.
beat Arsenal last week.
But at the end, I think at the end of it all, I don't think they're going to be necessarily in. I think they're going to do good, but not as good as to finish
Copy.
top 6.
And it's the football show. We have more to come. Trust me, a lot more in store. Bridge football show, Skum Bridge, Chavez Bridge. We're out of here.
Top brand is in town. Rich boys apparel just touched down, yeah. Top brand is in town. Rich boys apparel just touched down.